All right, so ready to jump into another wild week in politics.
Always. Where are we diving in today?
Well, we've got this article, right, about one of Trump's recent rallies. And on the surface, it seems like, your typical campaign trail stuff, right?
Right, a lot of noise, a lot of the usual.
Exactly. But there's this one comment, one little comment from Governor Polis that's got everyone talking.
Oh yeah, this one's interesting. What do you think about his strategy?
Well, that's what I wanted to unpack with you, because it seems like a pretty bold move. I mean, we're talking about how Polis, a Democrat, is countering Trump's uh, let's call it colorful language, but not by, arguing policy or anything like that. He's going somewhere completely different.
It's a different playbook for sure, and it kind of feels like he's operating on a whole other level, right?
Totally. So for those who missed it, can you set the scene for us? What exactly went down at this rally?
Okay, so picture this. Trump's in Colorado, right? And as you might expect, he takes a few jabs at the governor. Called him cowardly, a fraud, even brought up that indictment Polis faced way back before he became governor.
Yeah, classic Trump, right? But Polis didn't really take the bait, did he? At least not in the way you expect.
Not even a little bit. And this is where it gets really interesting.
Mhm.
So Polis is being interviewed, right? And when they ask him about Trump's attacks, he kind of casually mentions how Trump has used the same insults against Brian Kemp.
Wait, hold on. Brian Kemp, he's the governor of Georgia, right?
Yeah,
And a Republican.
that's right. A Republican?
So Trump's using, like, the exact same insults for a Democrat and a Republican. What's the strategy there?
Yeah, I mean, at first glance, it doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense, but I think that's exactly the point Polis is trying to make. By pointing out that Trump uses basically the same language for people inside and outside of his party, Polis kind of subtly shifts the entire narrative. Suddenly, it's not about political disagreements anymore. It's about...
Trump's temperament.
Exactly. It's about his judgment.
Okay, so then how does that whole cognitive decline comment play into all this? That's the part that really got people fired up,
Okay,
right?
that's the zinger. And it's brilliant, really, because Polis just throws out this line almost like an afterthought. He's like, some say it's cognitive decline. Like he's just repeating something he overheard, right?
But there's no way he just casually threw that out there, is there?
No, no, no.
No.
This was calculated 100%. And here's why it's so smart. He never actually comes right out and accuses Trump of anything, right?
He's just, like, putting it out there,
Yeah.
letting the idea simmer in the back of voters' minds.
Exactly. And it makes you wonder, right? Like, is this just Trump being Trump, or is it something a little more concerning? And that question, that's what sticks with you.
Yeah, I see what you mean. And what's so interesting, too, is that Polis doesn't even seem bothered by any of it. Like, if anything, he kind of seems amused by the whole thing. I mean, he even told the interviewer, and I'm paraphrasing here, but he basically said, let him keep attacking everyone. Maybe he's forgotten who he's actually running against.
Yeah, and that right there, that's the real masterstroke. Because what he's implying is that Trump is so wrapped up in these, like, personal vendettas that he's missing the bigger picture.
He's lost sight of the goal, winning the election.
Right. And that plays right into this whole narrative that's been building, this idea of Trump being, well, erratic, out of touch.
So, okay, we started with what seemed like, just another political jab. But this is so much more, isn't it? What does it all mean?
Well, it forces us to ask a question that's actually really important, I think. And that question is, are these just gaffes? Just Trump being Trump? Or are they maybe signs of something, well, a little more concerning?
And that's a question voters have to grapple with on their own.
Absolutely, because they're the ones who have to decide if he's up to the job.
Right. Is he focused? Is he all there?
Yeah.
Or, like you said, is there something slipping?
Exactly.
Wow. Makes you think, doesn't it? It's like that old saying, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. Maybe that's what Polis is hoping voters will do.
It's definitely something to watch.
It sure is.